This is BleedTV, the only podcast of today's best shows and movies. I'm Zach.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Cash.
And we have the second episode of Mayans MC tonight. Cash, since you were so fluent in all this, why don't you go ahead and tell us what the title of this episode was?
We have Escorpion, or E-Scorpion, and I'm not even going to attempt the other one. I've already butchered the opening title.
El Scorpiano.
Yeah, it's DZEC.
Yeah, DZEC.
Something.
Dzec.
Dzec.
Jake, want to take a stab at it?
Weigh in on this?
No.
No, you're good? You're fine with how we did it?
I'm okay with the title not being there, and the fucking CG Scorpion could go to hell, too.
All right. So Cash went first last time. Bro, give me your synopsis or your feelings on episode 2.
I won't give you a synopsis. I'm going to be totally honest. I'm glad everybody enjoyed the first episode. This one bored me to tears, boys.
Really? What? I thought this one was a lot better.
I really like this
one. I'm not going to lie. And it's my fault a little bit. I would like to record the show so I can skip some of the commercials.
Okay.
So I watched this a little late at night. It was about 3/4 done before I started watching it. So it's about 10:15 or so. I was struggling to stay awake.
And so you rewatch it?
I was struggling. No, I went ahead and watched the whole thing.
Okay.
It sounded like you were sleep deprived because I thought this episode was even better than the first.
Yeah, I definitely thought it did a lot better than the first one. And just the two new characters I thought really brought a lot to it. I
enjoyed that we're learning about the characters. Now I'm starting to figure out who I like and how they do things and so on.
Let me just say, I didn't think there was anything... No, I won't say that. The episode's not bad. It's not like it was like a bad episode with that. I just thought it was extremely slow to me. Like I was struggling. It was really slow to me. I don't know. I
can kind of see that.
I don't feel like we went anywhere from the first to the second episode. I don't feel like anything has happened. We knew the kid was going to be kidnapped at the end of the last episode.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's the major plot point.
And that happened in the first
5 seconds.
I really wish we had a little bit of build up. I really wish we didn't have them just already out of the car handing the kid over. Like I wanted like a little bit of a chase scene or
whatever.
something.
I'm just saying we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And then there's like no movement for the rest of the episode as far as I'm concerned. I mean nothing happens.
Not really. I mean,
I could say it's an episode that just built on characters. Like I said, the story didn't progress, but we learned a lot more about characters. We got to, see more. The dialogue was much more improved, where you got more out of people, learn more about them, and so on. So I enjoyed that.
No, I feel like the writing, as far as dialogue, you're right, was better. Like, I feel like almost like they needed an episode. I know it's not how they film it and stuff like that, but I'm just saying, it's like if you were, say we're doing a podcast, our first podcast, it's shaky. But the more you do, the more like, rapport you get with each other, right?
Rapport is always that word I've been looking for like 18 episodes. But we finally have it.
But I felt like they had a better rapport in the second episode.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with you.
Well, and I mean, I think adding Miguel's, I guess, godfather or whoever, his father's friend, I think adding him really helped. Because he can go into those 3 to 5 minute monologues and everything and hold his own on the camera.
Well, he looks the part. That's
he
another
does.
thing,
He's
too.
terrifying.
Yeah, I've seen him in several different shows and movies and stuff, and so bringing him in adds a little bit of that element you need. Now, the cornrows,
love them
with the Seagal vision glasses.
Negatory.
Negative to me.
Of course, Cash loves
I love the guy.
long-haired Mexican. Cash loves. Imagine that.
I know,
I'll be honest
right?
with you. Like just like the guys in the show made fun of the guy for having cornrows. Like to me, it was so
who's the Burke with the ponytails? That's
so
the Burke
out
with
of
the ponytails.
place.
What do you mean?
To me, it was out of place.
He felt like the person in The Wire. He was like Marlon's muscle and everything. There's just that person that was understood as the toughest person, even though they didn't look like it, and that's what I appreciated from him.
I'll take her over cornrows any day.
Well, yeah, because she's.
Hold on though. If they wanted to make it seem like he was the toughest and the baddest dude on there, he shouldn't have been fighting
The
old ass El Presidente.
Well, hey, he took the punch and was just like, "Is that really the best you got?"
He continually got his ass beat by this old dude. Now, if they would have put him up against Easy or Angel, who looks like he can fight,
Angel really stepped up this episode.
I would have been fine. Don't put him up against Miguel.
That's fair.
Not Miguel. Bishop.
Bishop, I mean.
Yeah.
Sorry. Don't put him against Bishop.
But
that looked silly to me.
It was, but you had to put, I guess, leader versus leader, because Angel's still not the leader, even though we know everything that's going behind the scenes. And so it would have looked off if he was going against Angel. I
have the same types of gripes. It's like nothing just like jumped out at me. I was like, oh, I can't watch this show. It's just, unbearable. Nothing like that happens. But there are little decisions that are made that I just like, either I cringe over them or I shake my head and be like, why did they go that route? Like, why did they decide that was the best choice?
Right.
This show was pushed back because it had to be recast, rewritten, redirected. It was all kinds of changes and stuff. And my thing is like, you made all these changes, and this is what you decided was better than what apparently was there, which means what was there must have been utterly atrocious. Because some of the decisions, I'm just kind of like, man, I don't know. Now, maybe the ponytail thing, the cornrows guy, maybe this is all going to work out just fine.
What are the odds that you and we last episode we talk about yellow glasses, Seagal vision, corniness like that, and this guy shows up on episode 2?
I know.
What are the odds?
Were they just listening and they throw this guy in?
Like he was thrown in this week just to be like, yeah. I'll give you that. There are little things I'm very like. I'll go ahead and get a lot of my gripes out of the way. Like, I didn't understand the CG Scorpion in the beginning. I get it. You want this to show up and stuff like that, and then it shows back up the dog. Okay. I just didn't see the necessity of it. I just, what did that bring to the table? I didn't understand when they had the car chase, why the weird CG car flip over.
It was terrible.
It didn't look right. It just like, you could tell, anybody could tell that was not the car. And the way it landed and the way they did those stuff, it just didn't look natural. Again, what's it matter if you roll that car?
It's a hoopty. Roll that car.
Yeah. To me, that's a decision I don't get. You're going to spend the money on CG on that car.
You've already wrecked the car.
Right. And I'm just like, go ahead and, do it.
Let's just get a stuntman in there or something.
Well, you don't even have to have that. Just drive it on the cut screen.
They remote control the cars now.
Oh, well, then there's no reason to just wreck it.
That's a decision that bothered me. But there's a little bit tickish things, but there was a lot of things I did like, but those were the things that like stick off in my head. Like, I think where you're going is that we didn't have any real action this episode other than the brawl at the dog pen or house or whatever, the kennel like that. And the brawl didn't make sense to me. Like, I didn't understand the purpose or the necessity or how it would be allowed to happen.
I thought it happened just to get all the tension between the Mayans and the cartel out. It was like we've been getting pushed around and everything.
There was no tension set up before that.
Exactly. That's my thing is the tension has been there with Galindo and Bishop, you know what I'm saying?
Not necessarily the entire gang.
But not the whole gang. And
not Cornrows.
Well, Angel has felt it and everything because he's trying to take over and he feels like the cartel's pushing over because of Bishop. Yeah, but they've never shown it on screen
that
the cartel and the Mayans were at odds and have had moments that were like, oh, like I want to do touchy or close.
True, but they're coming after the dog kennel and everything, that the Mayans respect this woman and everything. They let her run their business. I think she has some kind of side business with them.
Exactly, but for him to say, no guns, and then they just start brawling, there's not enough build-up for that to happen. I think it's like, how do we get a brawl between these two people?
Yeah. It was kind of like a Walking Dead moment.
And let's just throw it in there and not worry about how we get to it.
Well, that was my thing, though. I didn't mind the first part where he goes, no guns.
Yeah.
I minded at the end of it where he goes, we needed that.
Yeah.
We needed that, or it's been a long time coming, or we've needed to do this. I'm like, dude, you didn't show any of that.
Yeah, and this is the second episode.
Once Cornrow started smiling and Bishop, so I was like, ew. It's like I felt icky again.
Here's another thing. Both of them were taking haymakers to the face.
Yes.
When Cornrows turns and smiles, there's nothing. You don't even have a busted lip. His face is pristine.
I don't think Bishop could bust my lip either.
Yeah. But let's be honest. He's wearing jewelry on every finger. They're punching each other in the face. We both know 2 shots to the face with that. Your face is marred up. Your lights out. Whatever.
Some teeth are.
Yeah. You're spitting blood. Something.
Something's coming out.
For
and
your
everything.
face to look like that, I was like, ugh. Now I do. Get me wrong. I think it's something I've never seen before. Is that when the cornrows has got the girl, and choking her, and then just straight up grabs her crotch, like a punch crotch.
The good old Donald Trump right there, just like right up in there and everything.
The whole bowling ball. Yeah.
I was like, holy, like that. And then, of course, she puts this enormous loogie on him. It was like...
She's been saving that one up.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, there's something cool, different like that.
But I even love, like, when they all start pulling guns on each other, Angel's still walking in. The dude already has the gun on him. Angel's like, shakes it off and then pulls his gun up to him. And I was like, okay. This is going to be the baddest person in the room.
See, I feel like what they've done is they did the same thing with Sons of Anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Jax is great. Easy is great. The loved character, the one that looks like they belong the most, Angel and Opie. They even have close to the same haircuts. And,
True.
And Angel has a beard that's not as big as Opie's, but they're mirroring each other
Just go ahead
almost.
and be honest with yourself. Angel is Opie. The Coco is Tig. I can't remember, what's the older guy with the glasses, the smart one? That's Chibs. Bishop is, I guess, supposed to be Ron Perlman, whatever, and then you look at the other ones, they fit in. And, I don't know who Happy is, but, we still got time for that.
But I'm just saying.
But, like, they molded it very similar.
It's almost like they're hitting the checking all the boxes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, this is the character we need, that everybody loved from this. And so. And I don't think they want that. I don't think the show wants that at all.
I think it's just natural for us to compare and see who looks most like what you already know.
But, I mean, what are the chances that...
I mean, a lot of them are falling into those roles, though, too.
Angel is falling directly into Opie's role.
Almost as the number one is EZ is being Jax. I mean, even on Twitter the other day, they were like, when do you know this is comparison? And even JD Prado was like, well, when all these people say when we start seeing your butt shots, because that was so famous, like that, and like everybody's like, oh my god, I can't wait, and blah blah blah, 1,000 tweets about his ass and hadn't seen it yet. I hope he doesn't disappoint.
At this point, you got to.
And every time a female character has to come on the screen, they all got to eyeball him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay.
I mean,
I'm not saying he's not a handsome man. I'm just like, all right, we're going to do this again.
yeah.
It's like, I feel dirty for him now.
All right. So one thing I do like, I thought was a great part of it, and again, it's great camaraderie, great writing and stuff, is when they're looking for Louis. And, Coco goes in this house.
Gets shot with
and he gets shot with
the little air. I love it. Was like Home Alone and everything. Like him sitting there and everything, ready to play.
God damn it! Right. Get your mind. You still complaining about that? My favorite thing is, dude, it's 45 caliber Hasbro. I dropped my phone. I was laughing so hard. It was so good.
What's good is that's not Coco making the joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all of them have their jokes. That's like, just like the sex change thing. Everybody had their joke, and Coco made it weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, so we didn't have anything make it weird because he's not involved. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that I like. That's what you're saying. Like, getting to know the senses of humor, the backgrounds of any kind,
camaraderie is,
which we don't know any of the backgrounds of any of these people.
Well, this show was the first one. We're getting a lot of Coco. Evidently, Coco's. I mean, even at the end of the episode, when you get to meet his mother, who is a call girl.
And,
that was kind of like, whoa.
Yeah.
That explains a lot, though.
It does, but to me, that was awesome because, like, that's something you would have never expected.
No.
To me, I was like, all right, he's trolling for a girl because,
I thought he was looking for the little. I thought he was looking for the 16-year-old. Yeah,
dude. When we got to see Chucky, did y'all get Chucky, man?
I was
pumping my fist, man.
So once again, there's the episode one. The first episode we understood. We kind of hit high points. This episode, what do you want to talk about? I agree with you. The Chucky thing, I want to get to there because I love seeing him.
It was such a great drop, to see he's working in the scrapyard because we kept seeing these shots. That reminds me, the intro I was not a fan of. Did y'all? This was the new intro, the actual music and everything like that. It was a little different than the first episode. Am I wrong with that?
I didn't know. I think I fast forwarded it. I'm sorry, I didn't think.
Well, it's different, and the song is not what you expect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The song was really weird.
Good Lord, though. Sons of Anarchy's opening song is terrible bad.
Do you have anything positive to say tonight?
So who cares? You know what I'm saying?
Jake said it's better than Sons of Anarchy.
So bad.
Oh, come on, dude. It was so iconic,
so
man.
bad.
It was so iconic. You're just a hater. That's
Maybe I am, but that's my part of the show. You know?
You can turn off your chainsaw for a second, okay? Anyway,
Well,
all right. So we're looking for Louis. Okay, now the actor who plays Louis, I've seen
He
him in
is the
everything.
stereotypical Mexican in every single
Mexican gangster.
because he was
dumbass.
in what was the Kristen Bell detective show? Oh man, did y'all not watch?
You watched a
Detective
Kristen Bell
Bell? Absolutely.
you talking about the one that Netflix
Well, they
brought
had-
back?
Yeah, it had the movie and everything.
Yeah, what's that called? It's not Nancy Drew.
No, I mean it might as well be. But Veronica Mars.
Veronica Mars. Same kind of crap.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's in that.
Yeah,
well,
remember
he's
that? He was also in Walking Dead as a gangster.
yes,
He was
like-
handling the.
No, he's in
nursing
everything
home.
he's in. He plays the same role.
he's the minor Danny Trejo is who he is.
No, they make him as a half-wit for most everything that he's in.
Absolutely, he plays the same role.
You know,
He's the same role. He's kind of like he's never like the top guy. He's always like,
Well, no, see, in Veronica Mars,
Well,
he was
you gotta
actually
look
the
at this,
leader of the motorcycle gang in that TV show.
you are really revealing
Wow.
Well,
a lot
hey,
to us here.
Jesus.
Look, we can take a.
Do you need a
we can
single
take a
pod
poll.
for Veronica Mars?
I mean, yes, that will blow up.
Oh my Jesus!
How dare you hate
Look,
on
the bottom
Veronica
line,
Mars?
he's typecast just like Alvarez is typecast.
Yeah.
I mean that's just the way it's going to be. You know,
But who was the guy that was in Training Day? He's in tons of stuff. He was in like Clear and Present Danger.
Now you're just making up
Training
titles.
Day when he's at the table, he's like, "You're gonna get real big, man," and all that shit like that. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Oh my gosh, he's in so many movies. But same guy though.
Yeah.
He's always like some real badass kind of dude.
Well, yeah, that's going to happen over and over again. You know, let's talk about the kennel itself. Did y'all? What in y'all's mind was the purpose of the kennel? Is this just to help like methadone? Is it people helping off drugs?
Yeah, this is a rehab
Okay,
spot.
so it's a hidden rehab on the border. It's like so. Do y'all think it's cheesy that this girl comes out and she's got her back arched so well that that her floaters are covering her chin as she speaks? And my wife was watching and she's like, her spine's got to hurt as hard as she's rocking her shoulders back.
Just
I was like,
duck
I
walking.
couldn't notice.
Yeah.
I couldn't see past her.
She has a face,
Yeah.
a back. What are you talking about? And I mean that in the nicest and non-sexist way that possible. Okay, well, let's talk about this a little bit because why is this a hidden rehab facility?
That's my next question. Like I was trying to understand the purpose.
Like, could it be used as like a pickup for coyotes? Like, I mean, I don't know how close this kennel is to the border or anything.
I just felt like the show didn't give you an explanation of what the purpose was.
Yeah, it didn't.
No, I mean what it looks like to me is it's a rehab that people go through withdrawals in cages.
But and like he gave her a donation like that. Is this her doing charity to the community? And like just like in Sons of Anarchy, they wanted to do good to the community even though they were dealing in dealing in guns.
Totally understand that. Why is it hidden though?
Yeah, like
It's a dog kennel. Like why?
I can't figure this out.
Maybe
at
they're just
all.
maybe they're illegals where you couldn't get medical care and you couldn't get this. This is what they're doing. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
So, like, maybe the rebels that got hooked on the heroin and stuff over the border.
I don't think it has
somehow
anything to
got
do with
over.
rebels at all. I don't think she had anything to do with rebels because the Mayans don't know who rebels are except for the 4 who are turncoats. Does
That's
that make
fair.
sense?
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
This is purely just somebody doing charitable work to people who have need. And it's got to be people who are illegals who can't get care.
I'm totally fine with that. I don't know why it was secretive. That's all.
Yeah,
I mean, we got nothing to go
it
off
lacked
of.
explanation of what it needed. I guess we're supposed to infer, but I wish I had a little bit more to infer.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way to really infer off of it because they just didn't give us near enough
No,
information.
I like when a show doesn't like beat you over the head with stuff with so much.
Yeah.
I like.
But, I mean, we went
trusting the audience to have a brain and to be able to figure things out on their own. I like that. But some things, a little exposition would help.
Yeah, I mean,
Just a
maybe
little.
we're going to get it later on because obviously this place is important. I mean, the station wagon was dumped right there, which the fact that he was able to read that license plate going 60 miles per hour, I digress. But, I mean, we have that, and then we came to this kennel twice. So it's definitely going to be playing a role.
I think it does.
It could, or it could be just part of this episode.
Yeah, to me, that's the last time we see the kennel.
I don't know. I have a hard time believing.
To me, it was just pure eye candy that lacked explanation for part of it.
Why would we give a donation then? You know.
Well, it's just showing that he's doing for good work and good cause. You know, I'm with Jake. I don't think the Kindle is going to become anything important. If it is, it's a 5 minutes in a random episode down the road. To me,
Yeah.
I didn't have a hard time. I didn't have a problem with him seeing the station wagon. I liked that it was dumped basically right at the border. I think it was, to me, that's what it should have looked like. You know, if you were doing a jump job, getting rid of it and so on. Is it convenient that they happen to be chasing the guy and see it on the road on the episode that they need to find the station wagon?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I mean, how much of the photo
graphic memory,
photographic memory thing is going to play out for you? You think?
Well, here's the deal. So far, we've had 2 episodes, and we've had 2 moments of Seagal vision.
And are they going to do it?
We're going to do it. If we do it every episode,
it's got to be every episode at this point.
Then I'm going to have an issue with it. It's just not necessary for every episode.
It
didn't bother me this time, but don't make it where it becomes a stigma or an element that is required for every episode. You know what I mean?
But that's what they're doing with the dog and the scorpion so far too. So it's like, don't keep following these same patterns because you'll get bored of them. You know, the dog shows up in the beginning and then shows up again later in the episode. Scorpion shows up at the beginning, shows up later at the end of the episode. Yeah. It's like, I hope they don't fall into these traps.
Yeah, well, don't come out here with a template and say, okay, how do we fit each piece in to make sure the template's complete, and so on. What about so the video pops, the Cornrows gets the video, and it's Adelita talking about how she's not afraid and so on. We have the fire. How many of y'all thought that there was a baby in the fire?
I thought there was going to be
I thought there was going to be a doll
that
looked like the baby to make them scared, and worried and stuff like that. I was so expecting to see a hand or an arm.
But the thing is, the rebels are the children of cartel deaths.
Yes.
Right. So it's like they wouldn't do that. So it wouldn't have made sense. But burning the heroin makes total sense.
Correct. So the video didn't bother me at all. Right. They said that he was able to identify that there was a street vendor
due to the music in the background.
Listen to the music in the background.
Okay, because I totally missed how they found this guy.
So I went back and rewound this, and yes, you can hear a little jingle in the background. The same jingle you have when you see that courtyard scene of them walking through
with the little
with the kids. And
that's why they showed
so
that.
they give you enough to make it sense, like that, and so on. So because when I saw the courtyard scene, I was very curious about it.
How are we going to pin this and everything?
Yeah, like that. So then when they showed the video later, and he says, that same jingle, we figured it out. Now that's quite a stretch, but it's still a good one.
But if you're the Adelina and everything, why are you making this video in your home base? That's the biggest.
If you look at the video, there's nothing descriptive. Literally, it's just a wall. So it really doesn't matter where you made, unless it was something very distinctive, landmark, or so on.
Or a jingle of your.
Food
truck,
to me,
that
is like one of those things you would not think of. So that's the most realistic way to say. Okay, we've narrowed it down.
I'll give you that.
To me, I thought that was really good.
No, I didn't have a problem with that at all. Like I said, now that you say it, it's like I remember it. Mm-hmm. But I remember when I was watching the episode, I was like, "Hang on, how did it happen?" Because it all just happened so fast. So burn them with grease and stuff, and I'm just like, "What?
Dude,
what?
Hot grease, man.
And so
that was gruesome.
I thought this show would take a little while to rank up to that level of gruesomeness and everything, to try to surpass Sons of Anarchy, but no. We are here at episode 2.
We're dealing with cartel now. We should be dealing on the highest level of.
That's what they talk about, the brutality of the cartel and how they make messages.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You send a message. This happens.
It's never just like, oh, we just kill them and just leave them somewhere. They kill them and then create a billboard out of it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not just you. We're going to end your bloodline. So when they grease this dude, and then
literally,
yeah. Well done.
Of course, they stop him and say, "Let us check this out."
Well, and how smart of Angel to just pull his phone out and just start talking like he got a phone call and everything. He's like, "Whoa, I got this intel and everything."
We found the car.
Yeah, because Easy had already told him earlier in the episode.
I liked all that. To me, that was all on point. And I even like Easy's comment, stinking little peasants. If you didn't treat them like stinking little peasants,
well. And how about, I don't know if it was in this moment or earlier, Easy said Emily's name, and he has no reason to know her name either.
Oh, well, there was that part where, how's Emily? And she goes, well, he's unharmed. Again, like I said from the first episode, Michael Pino does not carry the water that he needs to carry
to be
the role that he is. And I think Jake is now caught up on Ozark and saw my comment about how their character of Dale, the difference in the two.
Oh, absolutely. Well, the thing is, I know what they're trying to do in Mayans, and I don't have anything against this guy. I don't recognize him from anything, but whether it's the writing or it's the actor or whatever the case may be, it's not great.
Well, here's the other part of the thing. This episode tried to say you don't have to become that. Remember, even Emily's looking at him like you're gonna have to become that guy. Even his mentor, Godfather, is like you're gonna have to. You have to send a message. Your father sacrificed your brother to take care of business.
Yeah.
He's telling him. So, and he tells him, you're a Cornell graduate. Somebody who's smart, business. He's not supposed to be a cartel badass warrior to the bone like that. And so they've given these little things that show that like he has to wear a trench coat because he's worried about blood getting on him. He's not the one who actually deals out the punishment. He's not the one who actually pulls the trigger. He's not any of those things. He's just the head guy. And so I think they're trying to show us that he's not that guy. And that's the reason Emily maybe fell in love with him and why they have a child. And that's but on this type of show, if you're the head of the Galindo Cartel,
you've got to be the head of the Galindo. If you're considered weak for the littlest, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you've got to be able to pull the trigger and everything.
And so I think that's the part that bothers me about how they're writing his characters. I don't have a problem with Michael Pino. Like I said, I used to watch Law & Order SVU and I loved him on it. The deal with him is what they're doing with this character. I struggle with it. Because like he's struggling, like he's drinking alcohol, and he finally decides to go do what you do, be the cartel, and he greases the dad and the son, literally, and stuffing the pamphlet in him, and it's just a horrific scene, and the whole 9 yards, and that's what they're supposed to do. But there's so much build up to it, and I'm not going to retaliate because I might lose my son or this, that, so, and so they have to get the whole story about his brother.
Well, and then when the mom is the one giving the story, saying she okayed it and everything, and I mean, everyone's always going to say family is everything and stuff, but I mean, especially in Mexican and Latino culture, man.
But I'm with you in a way. I think maybe they're going to make the character this way on purpose, to see him break down at some point, possibly.
I totally think
because this is not what he wanted.
Do we think he can pull that off?
Maybe.
To me, it is showing the fracture of who he is and showing me that he will not be a long-term character on the show. That's what I look at it right here.
I could easily see either his mom
taking over
or the grandfather become.
I can see the other guy taking over and stuff.
To me, I totally think there's still somebody else that steps in. It looks the part.
Yes. I think that's the most logical thing because there's no one in there right now that's screaming, I'm the leader of this cartel.
Absolutely not. So,
because if Emily tries to take over this thing, I'm just going to be out.
Well, oh my gosh. So please don't even.
If they try to make her take this over.
Loud.
Oh, God.
That is so hard to pull off. To try to pull something like that off in shows or movies.
There's no way she's going to be able to do it.
Oh, man. That'd be tough.
Because, I mean, she's probably most likely just going to follow easy.
Okay. Before we got to all that, the Louis, when we caught him with the car wreck and all that stuff like that, explain to me what they did with Coco's little sister.
Okay, so we have no idea that Coco even has a younger sister. No one in the gang even knows this. And I thought during this part that Coco was two-timing us, kind of like a double agent or something, because he's so much more worried. But apparently he just had a younger sister that the Dogwood clan ended up using for porn, and she's underage.
Okay, so this guy makes the films, okay, and put his 16-year-old sister in a film, and it's gone like viral. It's like popular video, anal or whatever. But then they make the joke after they get the money back. I was like, oh, man, nice job.
Yeah, because
tricking him.
They don't know Coco.
He doesn't have a younger sister. He has two older ones, but they perceived it was, so he ran with it because he thought the reason they were chasing him was because he made a video what he thought was his younger sister. So he's like, like he's acting like he was going to kill him and shoot him like that, and that was all an act just to get what they want out of him.
Well, no, Coco, I think, does have a younger sister.
No, he says it literally on the show. He goes, dude, that's what I'm talking about. I have 2 older sisters. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
No, Coco doesn't say it. Someone else in the gang says it, and Coco's just like, yeah.
No, Coco literally says it.
No,
I watched
Coco
it twice.
does say it. Yeah, Coco
says, dude, it's a dumbass because I only have 2 older sisters.
I'm thinking Coco really does have somebody younger.
Take the locks and put them in a ponytail so your ears can hear things.
I'm hearing what you're saying, and I hear what he said, but he goes and looks at the video. He's scared of it. There's something else to this. He's not going to talk to his mother.
I think that's his little sister.
Yeah.
I think he does have a little sister, and that's her in the video.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. But you see it on his face.
Yeah.
Even after the joking part, everybody walks away, and it's just him. He's like bug-eyed. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God. And then he goes and finds the video on purpose. You see it. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's keeping this from the guys. Whatever.
Okay, so you think he really does have a little sister?
Oh, absolutely.
Lied to the rest of them. That's what you think.
I hate you.
Well, I'm just asking because he said.
Well, that's what I literally say. But now since Jake said it, you're like, oh, okay.
No. He said he only had 2 older sisters.
I didn't understand how they tricked Lewis and like how it worked
because no one else in the gang knows that. I think he has a younger sister or somebody younger that he cares about.
I just agree with you that yes, I think he does have a little sister, but I didn't understand the trick part, like how they tricked him.
Well, because the Mayans don't think they tricked, or they think they tricked him,
right?
But they might not have really tricked him because Coco could really have this younger sibling,
right? They just took it to their advantage to get the higher percentage of the money. Fine, whatever.
Yeah,
I just didn't understand it at the time. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, they think that they tricked him, but they really might not have because Coco could have this hidden sibling.
Yeah, is
essentially what it's going to come down to.
Yeah. The only other part that really we hadn't even touched on was that Easy says he's going to come back to work on the compressor, and he's there working on it, and Emily shows up. Mm-hmm. You know, they have this heartfelt hug in this moment, and Easy makes the claim that I'm not going to let anything happen to that baby. You think he said too much?
Probably.
I don't think anything's going to happen to the baby.
I don't think so either, but I'm just...
I think putting that line out there is going to make him where he has to make a big sacrifice.
I think you put a hook out there that a lot of people are going to bite into by that statement. I think she's going to come back and look at it and going, you know, you saying that makes me feel like you know more than what you're putting on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I hope the show doesn't go the cliche route of him being the hero and her starting to have old feelings come back.
It's going the cliche route.
And stuff like that.
It's coming.
I don't want that at all.
Get on board because...
to where their relationship becomes the reason there's a battle between the cartel and Mayans.
That isn't a battle. That's the other part of this, too.
I don't want it to become the battle.
Yeah.
Well, because Angel's in love with the leader of the rebels. And so...
we don't know.
We don't know that for sure.
It looks like it could go that way.
Well, when he says he loves her as much as I love you or whatever still, like...
No, I understand, but we don't know if that's a relationship or a sisterly type thing. But I don't want to see the show go that route.
No, that needs to be tension, but it doesn't. Unless Galindo, like I said, I perceive doesn't make it, and she be on her own, where then he, curls her in with with the baby that he didn't get to have.
But
I could totally see that coming.
Now, remember, and I think we even talked about this last podcast, but Man on Fire style, where the dad, let the kid be kidnapped and stuff like that. It comes out in the end that it was his fault, really, that some of this stuff happened.
Yeah, because of insurance fraud.
So if he were to do something like that that endangered the child, not now.
Yeah.
He didn't set up the kidnap of the child, but I'm saying like now, what his godfather or grandfather or whatever and his mom was saying, sacrifice this, and so he goes dark, puts the kid in danger by trying to retaliate like he did.
Yep.
It could all come back on him.
Well,
Emily gets pissed at him because
I think it already could because he already said I'm not going to let anything happen, and then he retaliated, and this is going to open the floodgate, so she could easily blame him and everything and say you did put him in danger, and she's already gone running to Easy as soon as his dad called her. So
I really hope they surprise me with some kind of twist on this whole deal that I'm not expecting because I really don't want it to go that route.
That's stereotypical.
It's just too cliche. We've just seen it too many times. So I don't want that to happen. And I know, obviously, I can't make that not happen, but I'm just...
I mean, there's still a good chance. I mean, Sutter does
Yeah.
have twists and everything up his.
Well, to me, he's
sleeves.
never disappointed when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I feel like there's a new angle to everything.
I agree. And a lot of times we think there's something about to happen and that character gets their head blown off with Sutter. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, okay, well.
And is there
Obviously, that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, really.
Is there a reason why we keep getting the 8 years flashback? Is it just so like we can get more on the DEA and everything?
It's just walking us up to the point where he kills this cop, apparently.
Okay, so they gave us a slight flash where somebody's in an ambulance. Are we thinking that maybe he killed this cop because of a drunk driving accident? I mean,
Maybe.
Because remember, he put his arm around Pops. You know, when Emily leaves, and then they have that flash where he has his arm around Pops again, and they're looking at an ambulance and a car wreck, or what looks to be a car wreck, and somebody going in there. For all you know, the car accident was, if it was a car accident, I'm not saying that's what it was. It just looked that way to me. Is what killed the officer. You know, because they never said you shot an officer. They said you killed a cop.
Yeah, I was about to say that. You killed a cop. It's like, hopefully they got a cool, unique way of showing how he killed the cop.
Yeah, so that he wasn't a gangbanger, but that he's a good kid
Yeah.
that had an option in life.
And it was an
and
accident.
then he a terrible accident killed a cop. You know what I'm saying? You know, or he made a poor choice of doing dope and goes outside and, you know, gets behind the wheel and hits a car, you know. So that's what I think is what they kind of leading us, this little sprinkle of.
But they keep talking about how the cop was dirty. Now, whether the DEA just made that up, I doubt it, because they're not going to smear a dead cop's name
to get
just to get
somebody
a guy
into
out of
gang.
jail. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I think something happened with this cop where there was some dirty shit going on. I mean, classic Con Air style, where he's like messing with his girlfriend Emily or something like that, and he punches him and he falls out dead or something. You know what I mean? Like anything
It
could
very
happen.
easily could be something like that.
Yeah. I hope it's something cool. I mean, they haven't given us enough to say definitively what it is, but I hope it's something cool, that's something different.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I would say about that. But other than that, you know, Coco and his car ride and getting to meet his mom, you know, and opening that door of, you know, she goes, you know, you must be real desperate to come see me. You know what I mean?
And how old is Coco? Are we willing to say?
Man, he's like, what do you think?
27?
20. I was going to say the same number. Right? He's less than 30.
I'd say less than 30.
Okay, then that's going to knock that theory out, because I thought maybe it was a slight chance he has a daughter that no one knows about. But
No.
if we're going to say he's that young, there's just
He doesn't look over 30 to me.
No.
He definitely could be,
Yeah.
obviously. The actor probably is. The actor's probably 40 and we don't know it. But,
so
yeah, I like this, though. I think this is cool, showing some background.
It's something unique.
But I feel like this is the only character we're getting background yet. So
Well,
I want to see more.
Is Easy's and Angel's dad willing to throw Angel under the bus? Because like when him and Easy were kind of talking before Emily came in, it sounded like he was like, do whatever you need to do. Like, I know you love Angel and stuff, but that love's not going to go away.
I think he's talking about do whatever you need to do to
get
out and get to your real life.
Yeah,
Okay.
like Angel's made his choice in life. Easy wants to go and do the life he inspired to do.
Yes.
To me, it's the classic. Pops has the favorite son, and because he had, like he said, he was wearing a Stanford shirt. He's, going to look like he's a married pretty girl, and something terrible happens and derails his entire life. But if he does this, whatever he's doing, he can try to get back on track to where he was. And so this is why Pops is focusing on him, because he's the one who needs the help. Angel's just doing what Angel does,
I know, but I mean, but saying that, it just felt like he was willing to sacrifice Angel just so Easy could.
I don't
get
think
out
so.
of
I
it
don't think
and
so.
stuff.
I didn't get
Okay,
that feeling.
like-
I think he was just telling, finish what you got to do at the DEA, because he knows that Easy doesn't want the Mayans involved in the DEA deal or whatever like that, just for the cartel.
But like he was trying to tell him that, like, hey, Angel's doing a little bit more with the Mayans than we initially thought and everything, and this is going to get a lot harder.
Right. No, he's making his own bed a
Yes.
little bit by helping the rebels, putting himself in massive danger with the cartel. I think he knows you can't control Angel anymore.
Okay.
He's made his
made his
path.
bed, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, do what you have to do to ensure your safety and that you can get out of this.
Yeah,
Because you can't fix Angel.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I'm good with that and everything. Like, I just need y'all's opinions and stuff because I was curious on what y'all were thinking with it.
I can't see a dad just be like, yeah, throw him under
And
the
like
bus.
that's why I had like a such thing. Like it sounded like that to me, and I was like, man, that just doesn't sound
too
or feel
cold.
right.
Yeah,
it
too
was
cold.
so cold.
It was a little early for that. Yeah, I don't see it.
Okay.
But
And then so that's pretty much it.
I mean, to me, there wasn't a lot. My notes are short because, like I said,
there's no plot movement.
Not a lot of plot movement. It's a lot of character development, introducing new things.
Which, I mean, they did give us that, which is what we were asking for in the first episode and everything.
The bottom line is, you don't. Yes, okay, don't get me wrong. You want every episode to be like a huge, better than the last. But the reality of it is for a good drama, you've got to have setup. You've got to have build. You've got to have those things.
And especially when you're starting with all new characters and stuff, there's going to be some filler, which is okay.
Just like we know, Sutter is really good at throwing those, jab, 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 and then the haymaker. And to me, this was a jab episode, one I enjoyed. But next episode could have a great haymaker in it, and you just never know with the way he does stuff.
And I mean, especially we got 6 more episodes.
It's a 10-episode season.
So it's 10, so we got 8 more. So, I mean, there's probably a haymaker or a strong hook coming in soon.
At least 2 in there.
Do you think the baby plot line is the rest of the season, or does that get solved in the next couple
I think they better learn their damn lesson about babies and stuff like that, because after Sons of Anarchy's worst season was Ireland and the baby missing.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's don't play the baby missing card this entire season. I'll be furious.
I think this gets done by around like episode 6 or something, and Emily gets some kind of wrath going, and that's going to shake it up.
If I had to make a prediction,
I'd say 4.
I'd say to me it was 4 or 5.
Yeah.
In the middle of like that, and we move on to how the cartel is either falling apart or Galindo's falling apart in the process of all of this to create that drama, and then the heat coming in from DEA, and then the unraveling of that maybe the Mayans are figured out that there are some turncoats in it. All that's going to come up to air eventually, and I bet you all of it comes pretty close to each other. And then we have the last 2 episodes of how they sort it out.
Yeah.
To lead to a new problem.
But I don't even think it gets sorted out. I think that's going to be season 2. Like they're going to try to make it cliffhanger.
But Sons of Anarchy was so good about creating such a huge issue, and they're at the end, a masterful execution solves all evils, and everybody's pumping their fists about how awesome it is.
All right, but in Sons of Anarchy, they gave us a bigger group to know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you think about Juice, Tig, Clay, Jax, Opie, Chibs. I mean, there was a bunch of guys, and we knew their names. We knew who they were.
The backstory on every single one.
And there's people in the community that
that's not even what I'm talking about. In this show so far, we really know like 4 guys.
I don't even know if we know that many.
They're the turncoats, the ones that are helping the rebels.
2 of them for sure: Coco, Angel, Easy.
That's about it.
Are the top 3 right now?
Right now, and Bishop.
Bishop has got more.
Okay.
Alvarez is sniffing a little bit because we just have him from last.
We just know Alvarez.
We know Alvarez, but the other ones, no, we have not gotten any background.
We still don't even really know anything about Bishop.
But the reason,
I mean, outside of previous,
I'll tell you what, this is how you know you don't know a character. Can you name the other characters?
No.
The bald guy that's carrying the bag. I don't know his name.
No.
Right. Do you know the name of the guy who wears the yellow glasses who we think's a Chibs?
No. We saw Reaper.
That's what I'm talking about.
Reaper was shot in the first episode. He wasn't in this episode, was he?
No, he wasn't. So to me, is that once we latch on to the character, once we know who they are, we have background like that, those names will be quick, like Chibs, Tig, all that stuff.
But what? Once again, that's not what I was even talking about. What I'm talking about is Sons of Anarchy first season and even a couple seasons had to do with pushing Clay out.
Mm-hmm.
There was some of the group that wanted Clay out and some of the group that wouldn't stand for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It took it was all like telling
seasons,
people and showing people like, hey, this is why he needs to go. This is why he needs to go. I need you on my side. Do you see what he's doing? You need to understand, right? It was trying to
we're not even petitioning
change minds and stuff like that. But we knew in the first episode that Angel thinks that Bishop's going the wrong way. Okay?
And he already had his 2 people with him.
And they're already double-crossing Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think by the end of this season... I mean, to me, it doesn't even seem like Bishop is going to survive this season.
I'll be honest with you.
If he makes it to episode 10...
I see Bishop living and, Angel and maybe the bald guy dying.
I don't see any way you can get rid of Angel now.
Man, no way.
I'm just saying, nobody thought Opie was going to die.
Yeah, but I mean, that's years.
Thought that.
Yeah, that was 5 seasons in?
No, season 3.
Was it?
Yep, it was early.
I
that was the Ireland season?
No, it was
Ireland
early.
season 3. Opie, it was 5.
I thought that was 2.
No,
anyway,
I mean, it might be.
Long story short, nobody expected that. To me, if you want this show to be like, to set our soul on. You're going to have to kill somebody you don't expect to die.
Well, I'm totally fine with that too.
Yeah.
Surprise me all you want. That's why I'm asking, because
you can kill anybody right now and we'll be okay with it.
If Bishop dies, there's no heir. To me, like, I don't see a legitimate next guy. But then again, we haven't got enough episodes to say who would be the next in line.
I mean, I really think Angel
who
can
the
do
VP
it.
was, and we knew who wanted to be the head guy from the start, and that was an internal struggle. There's no internal struggle here. They're all bubs, this and so on. So I don't want them to play that card.
No, I'm not saying that they will or won't or whatever the case, but they've already put it in motion.
Yeah,
I hear you.
And the thing is, just like church and stuff like that, we've seen the table, we've seen the gavel. It's like Bishop goes down, or whatever the case may be. If they vote,
to me, I see more likely that they get the 4 guys that are doing what they're doing get outed, but it's at a time when everyone's at odds with the cartel, so that it's able to smooth over. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they're not going to be able to linger on it too much because,
like, they're going to be pissed that it happens, but they're also like, we've had to choose a side, and it's almost convenient that you were already on that. You know what I mean? Something of that nature. I don't know. That's just first random thoughts.
I feel like it's going to split it, just like it did any other show.
Hey, man, there's no telling where that goes.
I mean, I'm not even sure there's going to be a split, because I would be really surprised if Bishop lasts all 10 episodes.
See, that's my thing. I feel like Bishop's not going to make it. And maybe some of the struggle is going to be, well, who do we make president?
And then if it is Angel, does he say, this is where we're going? And the rest of the club's like, what the hell? You know?
But Angel's going to be pissed at Easy to find out he wants to leave once the DEA deal goes through. So it's like, this could go a lot of different ways.
Tons of drama.
What's going to make Easy stay a Mayan?
Emily?
No. If he has Emily, he's gone. He wants to go with Emily. What have we seen so far that would make him stay a Mayan?
Angel's the only thing. Just
to me, to protect his brother.
Yeah. Him saying how much he loved him and miss him and everything. Like, that's the only thing we've seen that would truly make him want to stay, especially if his brother becomes president.
Something to that effect, where he's going to have to make the choice of being there to protect his brother or going on his own and leaving his brother high and dry.
Yeah, he's like, I'm taking over the club. I need you with me to do this.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can see.
I mean, but like you said, I'm with you. I mean, I see the point. Like, they're going to shake it up. It could be Bishop. It could be Angel. I don't know. But they'll do something that really puts a dent in the Mayans and makes them have to make some tough decisions.
Jake's bold prediction.
Okay.
Time.
Here we go.
Okay, we know Easy's a prospect. At some point, they all have to vote whether or not to make him.
I really hope. I mean, I know
in.
we've already talked about it, but I really don't want him to become a patch member this season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's going.
No, that's going to be a big deal.
That's going to happen.
And what I think it could end up being, like I say, is if Angel or they decide they need the votes, right? Mm-hmm. So if they can decide to patch in Easy just to get a majority vote or something like that. Okay, this is my bold prediction.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
All right, listen.
So you patch him in to make the votes to get Angel on top or whatever, or to decide the club's going the wrong direction with Bishop, right? Okay, just that's one prediction. But I think what could possibly keep or make him a Mayan would be something happening to his dad, where the only thing he has left is his brother, which would be like
I could definitely see that.
The DEA getting him caught, getting the dad busted with the cartel because they're playing too fast and loose or something, you know. But that's what I think is going to happen. I think the dad
is going to somehow get murdered.
Is going to get murdered by the cartel because the DEA did something wrong.
Does the dad know too much? Like,
the dad's the middleman. Is like the way he's trying to help his son.
Yeah.
He's sacrificing everything to try to help Easy get out. Okay. But that's the thing. If he gets killed trying to help Easy because the DEA does something or the cartel does something, that's what'll keep him a Mayan, I think.
And let's be honest, it'll be the DEA. If between the two, it'll be the DEA.
Because that's what I'm thinking. If the cartel does something, I don't see how that makes him a Mayan. Mm-hmm. But if the DEA screws up and it leads to his dad's death, that would make him a Mayan.
I can see that. Totally.
So that's my bold prediction right there.
I like it.
Note that, Cash. Note it.
Alrighty.
Put that on your little pen pad right there.
I've got it under wrong right there with all the other predictions we made.
I'd love to see the ones where they're highlighted as been right though.
There's none. It's a fat
I
zero.
use that as toilet paper.
I believe I'm shooting for an A+ most of the time.
Don't make us go back and listen to that.
Hey, can you mute his mic? Yeah.
Man, done.
Just saying.
Whatever.
The intuition is
Guys,
strong.
what did y'all think of his prediction? What do you think of anything we're doing? What we're talking about? Do you think differently? Do you think it's going to go a different direction? Man, hit us with your thoughts, your comments, whatever you think. We're on Twitter. We're on
YouTube,
Facebook,
Spotify,
YouTube.
Facebook,
We're on
Gmail,
everything.
BleedTV Podcast at Gmail.
Don't hesitate. We'd love to conversate. I mean, we get emails and social media, private messages, the whole 9 yards. So don't wait. Just let us know what you think.
We love to rhyme.
Hey, you see this finger right here?
Stick around with your rhyming hole.
Anyway, I think we're going to call it a
I
night.
think that's
And looking forward to next week, guys. So this is BleedTV, and I'm Dzec.
I'm Dzec.
Cash.
See y'all there.